Okay, well, my slide is visible to you all. Yes, anybody from the class? Yes, slide is visible to you all or not? Yes, anybody from the class?
Yes, sir. Slide is visible.
Which slide is there?
Total solids.
Okay, well. So last time we were discussing about the general characteristics of waste, and in that waste we were discussing about the general characteristic properties of liquid waste and solid waste. And the general characteristics of this liquid waste or solid waste, so far we have seen the pH, electrical conductivity, and one of the most two important characteristics which are related to you people, that is BOD and COD, and what you can say this chlorides, sulfates, etc. And last time I think we were discussing about these total solids. So these total solids are also important for disposal of the sewage into the natural environment. You have to determine these total solids. As far as solids are considered, these solids may be these total solids, total suspended solids, total dissolved solids, total volatile solids, and it is cumulatively or collectively called as a total solids. And determination of total solids is one of the most important thing for disposal of the sewage. So as far as these total solids are considered, so last time I think we have seen that is what is the how to determine these total solids, and then we were discussing about total suspended solids. So these total suspended solids also I think last time we have seen, and we have discussed the factors affecting these total suspended solids, that is measurement of these total suspended solids, etc. Last time we have seen, if I am not wrong, and these quality standards regarding total suspended solids also I think last time we have seen. Then measurement of this total dissolved solids. Before going for this total measurement of the dissolved solids, you should be aware of what is total dissolved solids. That total dissolved solids are nothing but the solids which are present in the wastewater, the solids which are present in the liquid water that can pass through the filter. So basically what happens, we have seen total solids and total suspended solids. Both these total solids and total suspended solids we can determine by passing this liquid or wastewater through this certain kind of the filters, and on this bed of filters, that total solids and total suspended solids get separated. But what happens in case of total dissolved solids, and the abbreviation for total dissolved solids is TDS. So these total dissolved solids can pass through the filter. Usually the filters having the pore size of 0.45 micrometer, and these TDS is a measure of the amount of material dissolved in water, and this material can include carbonate, bicarbonate, chloride, sulfate, phosphate, nitrate, calcium, magnesium, sodium, organic ions, and other ions. And all these cumulatively are totally responsible for total dissolved solids. That is total dissolved solids which include carbonate, bicarbonate, chloride, sulfate, phosphate, nitrate, calcium, magnesium, sodium, etc. A certain level of these ions in water is a necessary, no doubt, for aquatic life. So changes in TDS concentration can be harmful because the density of water determines the flow of water into and out of an organism cell. But what happens, or however, if TDS concentrations are too high or too low, again it is having adverse effect on the aquatic ecosystem, and it is having effect on the growth of many aquatic life can be limited, and the death may occur. So similar to TSS, that is total suspended solids, high concentration of TDS may also reduce water clarity. Again, it leads to the again it contributes to the decrease in photosynthesis because of turbidity. It decreases this photosynthesis, again combined with the toxic compounds and heavy metals, and lead to an increase in water temperature. So what happens, this TDS is used to estimate the quality of drinking water because it represents the amount of ions in the water. Water with high TDS has bad taste and high water hardness, and again this high water hardness is objectionable, and it can result, or it can result in a laxative effect. So this is all about the theoretical aspect of this total dissolved solids. The next question arises about how to determine this total dissolved solids. So when you go through this scientific literature, you will find that for determination or measurement of total dissolved solids, the water sample you have to filter. After filtration, then the filtrate, the water that passes through the filter, which is called as a filtrate, then it is to be evaporated in an pre-wet dish and dried in an oven at 180 degrees centigrade until the weight of the dish no longer changes. Weight of the dish no longer changes. So what happens, the increase in weight of the dish represents the total dissolved solids and is reported in milligram per liter, that is mg per liter. So this TDS concentration of water sample can be estimated from a specific conductance of a linear correlation between two parameters is first established. Depending upon this chemistry of water, the total dissolved solids milligram per liter can be estimated by multiplying this specific conductance in micro-ohms by factor between 0.55 and 0.75. So there are two techniques are there. One is by determining what you can say this conductivity exponent by to that conductivity value by multiplying certain factors or certain figures, you will get this TDS. Because as we have seen in conductivity, as more water is having these minerals, ions, or more polluted, less conductivity is there. So what happens, basically to measurement of total dissolved solids, the which is used, the technique, widely used technique, that is to filter the sample and then the filtrate, that water passes through this filter. That water you have to evaporate in a pre-wet dish crucible, and you have to dry it in oven for 160 degrees centigrade until the weight of the dish no longer changes. This is one of the most widely used technique for measurement of these total dissolved solids. So in a similar fashion, the factors affecting this what you can say this total solids, and we have seen the factors affecting total suspended solids. In a similar fashion, the factors affecting total dissolved solids are, that is geology and soil in the watershed. That is geology and soil in the watershed. The watershed मध्ये कोणत्या प्रकारची जिओलॉजी आहे त्याच्यावर, that is some rock and soil release ions very easily when water flows from them. For example, in acidic water, what happens in acidic water? The flows over rocks containing calcite, that is calcium carbonate, such as calcareous shales, calcium, and carbonate, that is CO3 ions will dissolve into the water, and therefore TDS will increase. Because of dissolve of these ions, the TDS will increase. However, some of the rocks such as quartz, rich granite, are very resistant to dissolution and do not dissolve easily when water flows over them. So TDS of water's draining areas where the geology only consists of granite or other resistant rocks will be low. Then the second factor which affects this TDS, that is urban runoff. So what happens during storm events? Pollutants such as salts from streets, fertilizers from lawns, and other material can be washed into a natural settling areas, and can be washed into the stream and rivers. And because of these salts which are coming from biofertilizer streets, what happens, the large amount of pavement in urban areas, that is natural settling areas, have been removed, and dissolved solids are carried through storm drains to creek and rivers. Apart from this urban run, one more the factor is there, that is the fertilizer runoff. As all of you are there aware that nowadays there is excessive use of fertilizers, and as a result of excessive use of the fertilizers, these fertilizers can dissolve in a storm water and can be carried to the surface water during storms, and they contribute to the total dissolved solids. Then wastewater and septic system effluent, they are also responsible, or this is also one of the factor which can affect this TDS values. The effluent from wastewater treatment, that is wastewater treatment plants, adds dissolved solids to a stream. The wastewater from our house contains both suspended and dissolved solids that we put down our drain. So most of the suspended solids are removed from the water at the wastewater treatment plants before being discharged to the stream. But wastewater treatment plants only remove some of the TDS, and important components of the TDS load from these wastewater treatment plants include phosphorus is there, nitrogen is there, and organic matter is there. So what happens, you have to remember that wastewater and septic system effluents, wastewater treatment plants can also add some of these dissolved solids, and this is one of the factor which have effect on this TDS. Then soil erosion. Soil erosion which is caused by disturbance of land surface. Soil erosion can be caused by building and road construction, forest fires, logging, mining. The eroded soil particles may contain soluble components that can dissolve and be carried by storm water to surface water. This will increase the TDS of the water body. So soil erosion is one of the factors you have to remember having effect on this TDS. Then apart from all these, one more factor, that is decaying plants and animals. As plants and animals decay, the dissolved organic particles are released and can contribute to the TDS concentration. So all these, all it is about TDS, total dissolved solids. तर आतापर्यंत आपण काय पाहिलं? Yes, so far we have seen TS, total solids, total suspended solids, total dissolved solids, and now we have to see total volatile solids. In earlier examination pattern, they used to ask, university used to ask, or we used to ask the question, write short note on total dissolved solids. Then what is total suspended solids and factors affecting total suspended solids. So as far as today's situation is considered, it is very difficult to predict what type of the question you have to appear, whether online MCQ questions you have to appear, or if the situation is clear, then you may have to appear for a traditional examination system. So in this MCQ type system, the थिंग्स जस्ट नाउ वी हॅव सीन. मग टीडीएस किती असतो किंवा कितीला टीडीएस किंवा हे याचे आपणाला याच्यावरती सुद्धा क्वेश्चन्स डिझाईन करता येत असतात. तर ते तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवलं पाहिजे की कशा पद्धतीनं आता टीडीएस म्हणजे काय. मग त्याचा लॉंग फॉर्म मध्ये टीडीएस टोटल डिझॉल्व सॉलिड सोडून सुद्धा अजून वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे सिमिलर लॉंग फॉर्म्स दिले जातील. मग ते त्याच्यातला करेक्ट कुठला आहे तो तुम्हाला ओळखावा लागेल. अशा प्रकारचे तुम्हाला एमसीक्यू विचारले जाऊ शकतात. So you have to prepare for this type of questions. You have to prepare for this type of the question. The next question arises last, that is the total volatile solids. Total volatile solids, we call it as a TVS. So this TVS refers to material that are completely volatile from water at high temperature, that is 0 degree centigrade, 550 degrees centigrade. These solids are referred as organic content of the water, and the term total fixed solids can be referred to materials which are not volatile from water at high temperature, that is 550. These solids are referred to the inorganic content or total volatile solids of the water. म्हणजे टोटल व्होलाटाईल सॉलिड्स ऑफ द वॉटर कसे काढायचे, तर त्याची इथे त्यांनी प्रोसिजर दिलेले आहे. त्याचं प्रिन्सिपल काय असतं. द प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ द टीव्हीएस इज that the sample is evaporated in a wet dish on a steam bath and is dried to a constant mass in an oven at 103 degrees centigrade to 105 degrees centigrade. Then this residue obtained is ignited to a constant weight. This is most important. Then the residue obtained is ignited to a constant weight at 550 degree centigrade, and the remaining solids represent the total fixed solids, and the weight loss during this ignition represents the total volatile solids. Then next to that, total solids, total suspended solids, total volatile solids. In your syllabus, the two more what you can say these parameters are there, and these two more parameters, that is first parameter they have been mentioned for solid waste, that is ash content of the solid waste. And what is that? Ash content is nothing but the inorganic minerals, and that inorganic mineral, sodium is there, chloride is there, magnesium is there, Mn is there. All these inorganic minerals are responsible for this ash content, and either increase or decrease the value of ash content of this solid waste or liquid waste, though in your syllabus they have been mentioned for solid waste. So it is having adverse effect on this environment or for disposal. So as far as this ash content is considered, ash content determination, ash test involves taking a known amount of sample, which is placing the weighed sample into the dried or pre-weighed porcelain crucible and burning the polymer in an air atmosphere at temperature above 500 degrees centigrade, and weighing the crucible after it has been cooled to room temperature in a desiccator. This is in short a procedure. So what happens in an ash test, results are always expressed percent ash, and the ash content of municipal sewage and sludge is generally high, that is the mineral content. Then next is the oil and grease, the last parameter, that is the oil and grease content. This oil and grease content, they have been mentioned for liquid waste. So as all of you are aware, this what you can say, this aesthetic क्वालिटी ऑफ वॉटर, जी आपल्या डोळ्यांना जी अस्थेटिक क्वालिटी किंवा पाणी चांगलं आहे किंवा खराब आहे हे दिसत असतं. सो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट फॅक्टर रिस्पॉन्सिबल, that is what you can, or characteristic property of the waste responsible, and that characteristic property is nothing but oil and grease content. So these water quality indexes or indices are tool which are used to no doubt evaluate these physico-chemical characteristics of water body according to its use. So these water quality indexes have been widely used to simplify the complex state of the physical, chemical, and microbiological characteristics of surface waters for conservation and preservation of aquatic life and human health. So, oil and grease present in wastewater approximately 10%, with concentration between 10 to 100 milligram per liter, 10% or 10 to 100 milligram per liter. And for determination of this oil and grease, that is a liquid extraction with hexane, liquid extraction, as all of you are aware. This oil and grease are very difficult to determine or very difficult to separate. So the technique they have been mentioned in your syllabus, that is liquid extraction with the organic solvent hexane. The water sample, first you have to acidify to pH and then extracted with 3 times with hexane in a separating funnel, and the extract is dried in a sodium sulfate, and the solvent and any volatile components are evaporated, and the residue is weighed with a 4-place balance, 4-digit balance, and whatever you will get it, that you have to whatever you will get it, that you have to express by performing, that is a milligram per liter or percent concentration of oil and grease. So students, this is all about the general characteristics of the waste, So what happens, there is one more point is there in your syllabus, that is standards as per MPCB. These are the MPCB standards. MPCB stands for Maharashtra Pollution Control Board standards. As per the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board standards, these are the parameters. This is for dust surface discharge, this is for effluent, this is effluent for soil irrigation or public sewers. Say for example, parameter is a suspended solids milligram per liter कितीच पाहिजे, कुठल्या याचा सरफेस डिस्चार्जचा, इफ्लुएंट पब्लिक सीवरचा किती पाहिजे, इफ्लुएंट सॉइल इरिगेशनचा किती पाहिजे, डिसॉल्व सॉलिड्स मिलीग्राम पर लिटर, ऑइल अँड ग्रीस पर लिटर, अमोनिकल नायट्रोजन आपल्याकडे काय हा पॅरामीटर डिटरमाइन करायला सांगितलेलं नाही, बीओडी, देन टेम्परेचर, पीएच, क्लोराइड, सल्फेट, लीड, मर्क्युरी, झिंक, mercury and zinc. Okay. Anjali Kadam, are you there? Anjali?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Wow. Okay. So just now I have shown you the slide. Which one? That is the MPCB, Maharashtra Pollution Control Board standards. तर तुमच्या सिलेबस मध्ये म्हटलेलं आहे स्टँडर्ड्स ॲज पर MPCB, आणि सिलेबसला एक रेफरन्स बुक दिलेलं आहे, खोपकर बीडी म्हणून एन्व्हायरमेंटल केमिस्ट्रीचं एन्व्हायरमेंटल सायन्स बुक आहे, आणि त्या बुक मध्ये हे रेफरन्सेस आहेत, स्टँडर्ड्स आहेत. तर आता बेसिकली काय मला व्हॉट आय वुड लाईक टू टेल यू पीपल, ॲज फार ॲज दीज स्टँडर्ड्स आर कन्सिडर, these standards, what happens, these standards goes on changing. तर आता तुम्हाला सर्वांना माहिती असेल की जे काय रेजिमेंट होती, ट्रीटमेंट होती कशाला, ॲट प्रेझेंट वी ऑल आर फेसिंग द प्रॉब्लेम ऑफ कोविड-19 सिच्युएशन. आणि त्या कोविड-19 सिच्युएशन मध्ये सुरुवातीच्या काळामध्ये जी काय कोविड-19 पॅन्डेमिकची जे काय नॉर्म्स दिलेले होते ते कसे अनुभवानंतर बदलत गेले. तर आता मला इथं काय सांगायचं आहे, व्हॉट आपण आय वुड लाईक टू टेल यू पीपल, इथं जो काय हे जे काय स्टँडर्ड्स दिलेले आहेत, इथं जे काय स्टँडर्ड्स दिलेले आहेत हे थोडेसे तुमच्या रेफरन्स लिटरेचर प्रमाणचे स्टँडर्ड्स आहेत. तर when you go through this internet, you will find as per what you can say this as per I have told you people, there are various regulatory authorities are there, controlling authorities are there, and as per their standards, you will these standards will not match. पण तर तिथं काय की आपणाला काय बघायला सांगितलेलं आहे, स्टँडर्ड्स ऍज पर MPCB. मग याच्यामध्ये काही बऱ्यापैकी पॅरामीटर्स आहेत, म्हणून मी हे टेबल तुम्हाला दिलेलं आहे किंवा या टेबलची PPT किंवा स्लाइड दाखवलेली आहे. या टेबलमध्ये आपल्याकडे काय आहे, सल्फेट आहे, क्लोराईड आहे, pH आहे, BOD आहे, ऑइल ग्रीस आहे, डिझॉल्व सॉलिड्स आहेत, सस्पेंडेड सॉलिड्स आहेत. तर त्यासाठी हे दिलेले आहे. ते काय करायचं आहे तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे, किंवा तुमच्या याच्यामध्ये ज्या काय कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत आणि त्या कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक प्रॉपर्टीचं तुम्ही काय करू शकता, MPCB प्रमाणे स्टँडर्ड पाहू शकता, स्टँडर्ड पाहू शकता. ओके. सो त्याच्यानंतरचा जो काय पॉइंट इज व्हॉट यू कॉल दिस युट्रॉफिकेशन. युट्रॉफिकेशन ऐकलंय का बाळांनो हा शब्द? येस, येस, एनीबडी फ्रॉम द क्लास, हॅव यू हर्ड दिस वर्ड युट्रॉफिकेशन? ऐकलंय का? येस, अंजली कदम, युट्रॉफिकेशन शब्द ऐकलाय का?
येस सर.
कोण सांगू शकेल मला? अंजली सांगते का युट्रॉफिकेशन म्हणजे काय?
Eutrophication can be explained as the process in which water becomes enriched with nutrients.
वॉटर बिकम्स इनरिच विथ न्यूट्रियन्स. मग आता युट्रॉफिकेशन मध्ये क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ लेक, सोर्सेस, कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस, कंट्रोल. ओके. तर हे पाहायचंय आपणाला युट्रॉफिकेशन. बरोबर आहे का अंजली?
Yes sir.
येस सर. ओके. अगेन अजून कोण सांगू शकेल मला युट्रॉफिकेशन मध्ये काय काय पाहायचंय ते? येस, अपार्ट फ्रॉम अंजली. Bharati Elmar is there. Bharati Elmar, Manasi Guru, Nazanin, are you there? Nazanin Inamdar, Nazanin, Rutuja Zadhav, are you there? Rutuja, Sanyogita Salunke, स्नेहल पाटील, तन्वी काळे. काय कोणीच तुम्ही नुसते ऑनलाईन हे तुमचे गॅजेट हे करून बसलाय का काय रे? येस तन्वी.
हॅलो सर.
हा बोल बाळ. कुठे बाहेर आहे का बाळ तू?
नाही सर, घरीच
हो,
आहे.
घरीच आहे. I was talking about eutrophication, classification of lake, sources, consequences, and control. Yes, Tanvi, what is your opinion about eutrophication? Perception about eutrophication?
सर युट्रोफिकेशन मध्ये म्हणजे वॉटर बॉडीज मध्ये न्यूट्रिएंट्स एवढे वाढतात की मग म्हणजे अल्गल ग्रोथ वगैरे खूप जास्त होते.
काय होतं काय म्हणजे युट्रोफिकेशन क्लासिफिकेशन म्हणजे काय होतं काय त्याच्यात? पाहायचं का आपण क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ लेक, सोर्सेस, कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस अँड कंट्रोल? येस तन्वी. Reshma Mulani, are you there? Reshma. प्राजक्ता घाडगे, दीपाली निकम, अंजली कदम.
Yes, sir.
येस सर. ऑल ऑफ यू आर आता 42-43 विद्यार्थी आहेत. ऑल ऑफ यू आर अटेंडिंग युअर ऑनलाईन लेक्चर्स रेग्युलरली.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Anjali Kadam, as I have asked your entire class, that is eutrophication. Eutrophication. Okay, Anjali.
हा.
मग मी आता म्हटलं तुम्हाला क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ लेक, सोर्सेस, कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस अँड कंट्रोल. शॅल वी स्टार्ट? चालू करायचं का?
सर उत्तेकर मॅम मी घेतलंय ते.
अरे वा 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 वा. आय वॉज वेटिंग फॉर द सेम आन्सर. 5 ते 10 मिनिटं तुम्ही माझी घालवली की मग युट्रॉफिकेशन मला उत्तेकर मॅडमनी सांगितलेलं होतं की मी युट्रॉफिकेशन त्याचं क्लासिफिकेशन, सोर्सेस, कॉन्सिक्वेन्सेस अँड कंट्रोल शिकवलेलं आहे. पण आता म्हणजे काय झालं की पेपर जो आहे त्याच्यातलं युनिट 1 आहे ते जनरल कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स झाल्या, लिक्विड वेस्ट, सॉलिड वेस्ट, स्टँडर्ड्स ऍज पर आणि युट्रॉफिकेशन, एवढेच त्याच्यामध्ये मला वाटते पॉइंट्स आहेत. तर तो युनिट 1 संपलेला आहे असं मला आय हॅव टू डिक्लेअर दॅट. बट व्हॉट हॅपन्स वेन आय वॉज टॉकिंग यू पीपल, दॅट इज युट्रॉफिकेशन बद्दल आता आपण चालू करूया. नोबडी हॅज रिस्पॉन्डेड मी दॅट युट्रॉफिकेशन पॉइंट हॅज बीन टॉट बाय द उतेकर मॅडम. ओके. तर तोही पॉइंट झालेला आहे. आता तुम्हाला काहीतरी होम असाइनमेंट वगैरे काहीतरी एका ग्रुप वरती येईल, ते लिहायचं असेल तर याच्यावरचे सगळे प्रश्न झालेले आहेत. आता मी काय करणार आहे, युनिट नंबर 3 दॅट इज एन्व्हायरमेंटल मॉनिटरिंग असं त्याचं नाव आहे. युनिट नंबर 3 आणि त्याच्यामध्ये क्लीन रूम क्लासिफिकेशन, रुटीन एन्व्हायरमेंटल मॉनिटरिंग प्रोग्राम इन फार्मास्युटिकल इंडस्ट्रीज, देन मायक्रोबियल कंट्रोल इन क्लीन क्लासरूम्स and bioburden considerations in equipments, then biocontamination control. And second point is the bioremediation. What do you mean by bioremediation? Approaches, then types of bioremediation and applications of bioremediation. And last point is the environmental impact assessment. तर आता माझ्याकडे जे काही पहिल्या युनिट आणि पहिल्या युनिट मधलं काही पॉइंट्स असाइन केलेले होते आणि आता तिसरं जे काही युनिट आहे त्याचं नाव आहे एन्व्हायरमेंटल मॉनिटरिंग. आणि त्या एन्व्हायरमेंटल मॉनिटरिंग मध्ये क्लीन रूम क्लासिफिकेशन, रुटीन एन्व्हायरमेंटल मॉनिटरिंग प्रोग्राम इन द फार्मास्युटिकल इंडस्ट्री, देन मायक्रोबियल कंट्रोल इन क्लीन क्लासरूम्स, clean rooms and bioburden considerations for these equipments and biocontamination. And what is mean by bioremediation and environmental impact assessment? These points we have to see. तर आपण हे points नेक्स्ट टाइम पाहणार आहोत. लास्ट टाइम कोणीतरी प्रेझेंटी पाठवली होती, तशी मला प्रेझेंटी पाठवा. कोण पाठवेल? लास्ट टाइम कोणीतरी प्रेझेंटी पाठवलेली होती. प्रेझेंटी. आता आपण प्रेझेंटी घेऊया. मला इथे माझ्या लॅपटॉप वरती 40 जण प्रेझेंट दिसतात. त्यापैकी एकेकाची प्रेझेंटी आपण याच्यावरती घेऊया. अभिषेक बनसोडे, अबोली भिलारे, आता लगेच अक्षय लोटके, अंजली कदम, आशीष गल्ले,
यस सर,
अस्मिता डिके,
Yes, sir.
भारती एलमार, दडस
Yes, sir.
अविनाश, दीपा नलवडे,
Yes, sir.
दीपाली निकम,
Yes, sir.
जागृती जाधव,
Yes, sir.
मानसी गुरव, मृणाल चव्हाण, मृणाल कांबळे,
यस सर,
नाजनीन इनामदार,
Yes, sir.
निकिता जाधव,
Yes, sir.
ओमकार उबाळे,
यस सर,
पूनम कोरडे,
Yes, sir.
प्रज्ञा शिंदे,
Present, sir.
प्राजक्ता मोरे,
प्रेझेंट सर.
प्रसाद साळुंखे, प्रशांत बुधवले,
येस सर.
रेश्मा मुलानी,
प्रेझेंट सर.
ऋतुजा जाधव,
येस सर.
ऋतुजा पवार,
येस सर.
सुचिता कुचेकर,
प्रेझेंट सर.
साक्षी पवार, संयोगिता साळुंखे,
प्रेझेंट सर.
शिवानी जाधव,
येस सर.
श्रद्धा शेलार,
येस सर.
श्रद्धा शिंदे,
येस सर.
श्रद्धा यादव,
येस सर.
सिद्धी शिंदे,
येस सर.
स्नेहा मोरे,
येस सर.
स्नेहल पाटील,
प्रेझेंट सर.
तन्वी काळे,
प्रेझेंट सर.
तन्वी निकम,
येस सर.
वैष्णवी पवार
प्रेझेंट सर.
अँड विद्या सोनवले.
प्रेझेंट सर.
ते लास्ट टाइम कोणीतरी पाठवली तशी प्रेझेंटी पाठवा रे मला किंवा आपल्या ग्रुप वरती ठेवायच्या. नाउ वुड लाईक टू स्टॉप हिअर.